Hi, everyone. I'm 10 Tampa Bay meteorologist James Gregorio. Thank you for joining me here on the Saturday edition of Weather Impact Live. We've got a lot to talk about, a lot to break out, and a lot of weather going on all across the country. This is the show where we get into the nitty-gritty. We get in behind the scenes and under the carpet, and we look at everything affecting us weather-wise and what will be affecting us weather-wise as well. All right, let's jump into it. It is a beach day developing here. We're going to get after it, and we're going to start in Clearwater. 63 degrees right now, tons of sunshine, absolutely gorgeous. That dew point, oof, beautiful here. The humidity about 52%. Winds are light. It is just fantastic as you make your way out and about here. So whether you're going to Clearwater or anywhere else in the Bay Area, starting to look so much nicer here. Live look around downtown Tampa looking great. Armature Works looks great. Excuse me, Sarasota looking fantastic. Same thing with Lakeland and St. Pete, all looking good here. So no issues whatsoever as we make our way out and about here. All right. Sorry, excuse me. All right, futurecast here looking great. Nothing to worry about here. 5, 6 o'clock tonight, so no issues. Really shaping up well. We've got on the futurecast 6, 7 o'clock looking good here. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, all looking good as well as we head into 9:30, 10 o'clock. Shaping up nicely here tonight. The issues and potential problems come as we make our way in towards tomorrow morning. That will be a cold front. This next cold front works its way towards us here. Now, by 2 a.m., things are still pretty quiet, but it starts to get a little bit busier as we move in towards 4 a.m., 5 a.m. as well. You could see that band of rain getting a little bit closer, 5:30 up at least and towards the Nature Coast. 59 degrees, south wind at 6, and then as we move in towards 6 and 7 o'clock, 61 degrees, southerly wind at about 7. So still quiet. And then as we move later in the morning, it looks like the front might be a little bit slowed down. So the potential for some fog early on is there with the lighter breeze before we get in towards the potential for some rain as well. So you're going to need the umbrella, you're going to need the rain jacket as we move in towards 10 o'clock or so tomorrow morning. Let me take you into the fog futurecast as well. So just bear with me for a second here as we roll. Visibility right now, as you might imagine, is fantastic. So there's nothing to worry about with that. With visibility is looking great. Now, how long will they look that way as we head in towards tomorrow morning is the million-dollar question, I guess you'd say. So look fantastic today. Beautiful day as we head in towards tomorrow morning. And 6:30, we're still looking good. 8 o'clock, still looking good. 9, 10 o'clock. You know, we start to see some fog trying to move in, a little bit of sea fog almost moving in at about 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock or so. And that's about the timing with the front. However, as the front is going to move through, it is going to kick up the winds a little bit. So either the model guidance is saying, hey, I don't think the winds kick up too much with the front, or the fog guidance is a little overdone, so it could be a combination of both. There's the front right now, still well back out to the west. Now, the frontal boundary is going to try moving towards us, and in doing so, it will move towards us. It may actually produce a little bit of snow in the panhandle of Florida. So let's take a look at that as we slide in towards tomorrow morning. There it is. So there's the rain, 8 o'clock in the morning. And again, this depiction is a little sooner and a little quicker than some of the guidance wants to, some of the other guidance. So on the back side of this, or even the front side, however you want to look at it, as you head towards Atlanta, you have a little bit of snow potential. The pink is some frozen rain, which is going to create some issues tomorrow as well. And then by 9, 10 o'clock, the snow band, at least the frozen rain dips into Florida. So up towards the Treasure Coast a little bit, you have a slight little shot of some snow, the potential for, or a slight little shot of some frozen rain, maybe a little dusting of some snow. And then as we move towards 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, noontime, still dealing with the rain here in Florida. Again, I think that's overdone. Maybe not overdone on the potential for some frozen precip and some snow. I think the duration of rain potentially is overdone for us here in Tampa and the Bay Area. And then as we move towards 6 o'clock, that band moves on out of there, but still keeping a little bit of snow in through portions of areas like East Long Island, in through eastern Long Island, half of Jersey still dealing with a little bit of snow potentially, and cold air behind it. So Bismarck's at 5, it's 7 p.m. Sunday night. Minneapolis is at 6, and unfortunately that cold air is only going to get colder. Look at Monday morning. Bismarck's at -2. Minneapolis is at -8 for the actual air temperature. That's not wind chill temperature. Syracuse, New York at 13. And then DC's at 24. So that's a cold morning. And then as we head in towards 6 p.m. on Monday, Minneapolis is at -3. So it doesn't get any better Tuesday either. Look at that. Tuesday morning, Minneapolis, -12. That's the actual air temperature. Chicagoland, Tuesday morning, is at -4. And then as we continue moving along, those numbers, get a little bit better into Wednesday. And then we're watching yet another weather maker trying to move towards us here in Florida as we make our way in towards Thursday. So there it is, Thursday morning, the chance for some more rain as well. And you can see that that's 10 a.m. Thursday morning. That band of rain kind of slides on through. That's, in place for solid hours here, 12 hours or almost 12 hours on Thursday. So again, we'll see if that's overdone or not. We're still in our drought, so we need the rain. That would be fantastic if it kind of hung out and rained for a longer duration, just a steady sort of moderate rain. That'd be fantastic. So drought conditions, here we go. We're still in the drought, severe drought over a good chunk of the area. Notice portions of the I-corridor, again, dry conditions, but not necessarily drought, which is good, abnormally dry. Moderate drought in the kind of tan color shading, and then you've got severe drought in the darker shading there, the darker brown, if you want to call it that rust color. That's the severe drought. So if we had rain, like a 24-hour rain, that would be fantastic here. All right, so let's jump into the upper air pattern here. And holy Batman, look at this thing. Look at the upper air dipping down all the way south in towards, portions of the Gulf Coast into Florida as well. This thing is busting a move here. Hopefully I can draw here. Bear with me for a second. This doesn't want to let me. Okay, so we're going to go to, anyway. So this is Sunday. This is tomorrow. You can see the jet stream already kind of diving to the south, really making a run. You see the magenta color, the purple color up in Canada. That's a lot of wickedly cold air. And that cold air is just going to continue moving to the south. The front goes through. The jet moderates a little bit, starts kind of pulling out a little bit. And in doing so, the grip, the sort of death grip on the cold air is released just a little bit, which is good, I guess, as it starts to retreat just a little bit here. I'm going to play this for a second, and you can see it. And this way it's a little easier for me to write a little bit. So there it is. There's Monday. There's the jet. And then by Tuesday, the core of that cold air, it starts to move a little further northward. That's Tuesday. That's Wednesday here. So there's Wednesday, the top yellow line. But as we head into next weekend, watch what happens. Thursday, Friday, and then look at this just full-on Arctic air up in Hudson Bay into Canada. And watch that. Let me clear these telestrations here for you. Just bear with me for a second. So look at that. I mean, that is just some wicked cold air. Sunday the 25th. Not for Florida. Obviously, that's, kids' Gasparilla weekend. But, wow, that thing, look at that push into North Carolina. Wow, there it is. Ooh, Nelly. So that's the core. I mean, that thing has just got an unabated straight path all the way from James Bay and Hudson Bay further southward as well. All right, so we'll talk more about that. But since we're on this cold theme, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about snow. We're going to talk about winter. We're going to talk about all the things that don't affect us much here in Tampa, and that's a good thing. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Familiarize yourself with where your water shutoff valve is located. If backflow prevention devices are installed, get them tested annually.
Those are some great tips, and Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40-TODAY.
I was driving when a Ford pickup truck barreled into me from behind, sending me to the hospital.
I knew my husband was going to need an excellent attorney, so I called Dan Newland.
I'm so glad my wife called Dan. Dan really fought for me. He won my case and got me $650,000.
If you've been involved in a car accident, allow me to fight for you. Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my husband's case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. Unique quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
All right, everyone, welcome back. And for our friends from up north and what they may or may not be missing, snowy conditions causing pileups all across New York and Pennsylvania. Let's check out some video we've received starting with the Keystone State in PA. And, oh, that's not good. I wonder if that's Route 80 maybe in Pennsylvania or 78. But you can see lots of tractor trailers there. Boy, oh boy, that is never a good thing. Jackknife tractor trailers, stuck tractor trailers. Ooh, that is a bad day for a lot of folks. And look, it's slow going on the other side, too. So, yeah. So we're going to go from snowy, hazardous travel in Pennsylvania to also hazardous travel. We're also looking at New York here as well. So many ways and many roads in New York that can go sideways quickly and literally. That's one of those examples there. Car meeting tractor trailer is never a date you want to set. And you can see even a pickup or even these big SUVs, you are no match for an 18-wheeler. And that's how your minivan ends up in a ditch. And wow, even a lot of damage there. Lots of cars there in that pileup as well. All right, so we also have a story from Rochester, New York, Western New York, where road conditions have become so dangerous that many residents there say they're refusing to drive until things improve. Let's take a look.
I always feel here is you never get bored of the weather, because you could be in your t-shirt or you could be in your snowsuit. You never know.
Tim Kell tells me he has been concerned with the conditions of the road as of late due to the inclement weather.
I drive slow. Like last night when I came home, because it was dark and it was raining, so I didn't drive.
Tim is even kind enough to help clear the snow for his neighbors to help their driveways look as clean as his, all to keep everyone safe.
I shovel or snowplow all the way down. I usually, I'm a little obsessive. One guy the other day said, "You have the best sidewalks in Rochester."
Tim is not the only one forced to take extra precautions for the snow. One Penfield resident tells me she doesn't even like to go out while the weather is this bad.
I don't go very far in this weather. The only reason I would get out if I had an important appointment that I had to go to. Otherwise, I stay home.
One experienced motorist tells me his tips and tricks whenever he's driving in the wintry elements.
Just go slow, keep a lot of space in between the cars, and make sure whatever I'm driving has got good tires.
But thankfully, there's a sliver of good news. There's only 5 months until the summer.
Thank God.
The days are getting longer. That's a good thing.
All right, from Western New York to Scranton, PA, and there we go. So it looks like, I've spent a decent amount of time in Scranton with my soccer-playing daughter playing there in Scranton. That almost looked like Weiss Field there in Scranton. It's not. Obviously, it's not a field, but I think that's part of the train exhibit and train museum that they have there as well in Scranton, PA. So, yeah, but welcome to NEPA, Northeastern PA. That's kind of what it looks like throughout a good chunk of the winter. Gray, cloudy, dreary, depressing, and yeah, welcome to Scranton. That's enough time spent in Scranton. So that Scranton looking pretty wintry as well. Speaking of winter, let's go back to the maps here, and you can see that there is a lot of winter left, it looks like. So this is Monday, January 26th. So that's after the Gasparilla Kids Parade weekend, going into big Gasparilla weekend, at least early on here on Monday. So lots of just wickedly cold Arctic air moving down from Canada, moving further southward, making inroads all the way into D.C., into Virginia. That finally lifts on out by Tuesday the 27th, and we start to see a reprieve there, which is good news. I do think we'll see, at least up north and in the mid-Atlantic for the most part, you'll see a reprieve. You'll see a little bit of a thaw, I think, but we just have to get there first, and that's going to be a rocky road to climb over the next, 10 days or so. So the jet really kind of down here. The winds at 30,000 feet helping to allow that air movement and allowing things. And again, that big ridge of high pressure out to the west, big low sitting in here. So you got low pressure, counterclockwise winds around the low, high pressure, clockwise winds around high pressure. And so probably pretty windy in the plain states as you head there on the 27th of January. So anyway, interesting to see nonetheless. The atmospheric chess game does continue. So let's take a look at our forecast for today, about 72. After a chilly start, it is, in fact, mostly sunny, which is good news. Moving in towards tonight, 54 does it. It's chilly once again. Otherwise, it's mainly clear, which is awesome. So we're looking good there. And then tomorrow, 64. The winds will build. The risk for a spotty shower is here. And I do think, initially I thought maybe that rain could hold off into the afternoon, but it looks like more of a mid to late morning kind of thing, whether we see some fog or not. Still remains to be seen. Really kind of depends on how breezy the winds are. We'll talk a little bit more about that in our next block. So again, weekend looks great today. Kind of starts out okay tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, depending on how quickly we clear out and the timing of the front, really will kind of dictate how the rest of Sunday goes. I do think Sunday afternoon, part of it is salvageable, especially mid-afternoon, 2, 3, 4 o'clock or so. But those temperatures are going to be taking a nosedive, setting up for Monday morning where we have our weather impact alert in place Monday morning, where those overnight lows are down into the upper 30s and then only climbing back up to 60. Very, very similar to what we had Friday morning. Not quite as extreme as Friday morning, but not too far away. Tuesday, the Bolts are back in town at Benchmark, so that'll be cool. 63 is at a high on Tuesday. Sort of a transition day between the cold stuff on Monday and the normal high temperature on Wednesday, but still on the colder side on Tuesday. High temperature only about 63. And then as we head into Thursday and Friday, we've got more rain on the way. Another frontal boundary trying to move through. And then by Friday, we're in the mid-70s as well. So Thursday, Friday, warming up pretty nicely. All right, we're going to take another quick break, and then we're going to come back with some ice vault action. Questioning that? Got questions? I have answers. Stick around on the other side of the break.
I was involved in a very bad car accident. Called attorney Dan Newland, and it was like 1, 2, 3. Dan really got it done for me. At the end of my case, he got me $525,000.
As one of the largest personal injury law firms in the United States, my team and I remain committed more than ever to win big on your case. Involved in a car accident? Let's get started. Call me at 813-888-8000.
Thank you, Dan, for winning my case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. You need quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool Today.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Fun fact, did you know that so much of what we know about the Earth's climate historically actually comes from glaciers? Well, now there are scientists in Antarctica who are storing ice samples as natural time capsules for future scientists to study. CBS reporter Tina Kraus has the story.
Glaciers around the world are melting faster than ever, taking centuries of climate history with them.
We are melting those archives. We are losing an important resource, which is water, but we are also losing our memory.
So scientists are drilling deep to preserve the past, pulling out ice cores from glaciers, packed with clues about our climate. Layers that tell stories of temperature, snowfall, and even volcanic activity.
I just follow you. Okay?
This week, researchers sealed the first frozen treasures inside a newly built ice sanctuary in Antarctica. A snow cave carved deep underground at a frigid minus 61 degrees, cold enough to preserve them for centuries for future scientists.
Imagine a researcher from Asia in the year 2090 who has discovered a substance that serves as a new and precise indicator for monsoon activity. She could measure this in an ice core and look back in time.
Researchers hope the vault will one day hold ice from glaciers across the world, from the Andes to the Himalayas, before they vanish completely.
We plan to retrieve the ice and store it in Antarctica for the future generation of scientists.
A frozen library of the Earth's past, waiting for future scientists to unlock its lessons. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Wow, so cool. I wonder if we're going to need the Dewey Decimal System to catalog all of that. Anyway, take a look at that 7-day forecast once again, because why not? You never could have enough 7-day. And gorgeous stuff here today. Sunday, tomorrow, Sunday fun day? Well, maybe if you're taking in a movie or doing some damage at the mall here, International. Otherwise, we're going to have some showers. So you may want to stay indoors for a little bit here while it's raining tomorrow. And then as we head into Monday, we've got 60 and 38. Also of note, I will be helping the folks at the Tampa Bay Frogman paddle. I will be out with the swimmers, Tampa Bay Frogman swim, rather. I will be out with them tomorrow. I'll be paddling. They'll be swimming. So great event. 3-mile swim to benefit the Navy SEAL Foundation, and we're going to do it through some elements here. We're going to do it through the wind. We're going to do it through the rain, maybe. And hopefully we don't have any fog. But if we do, we do. Swim goes on. So looking forward to, grinding it out tomorrow morning. So as the week rolls along, we, in fact, are shaping up pretty well Thursday and Friday. Those temperatures will be climbing into the mid-70s. So really looking good as we head into the rest of the week as well. So some good looking stuff as we head there. All right, let's go back. I'm going to go back, bear with me for a second, to the travel forecast here. And we'll just go through this a little bit more so because we have some snow moving in over portions of the Northeast. You can see that band of snow here. This is today. a few snow showers, a little bit of frozen rain in through portions of the Hudson Valley, down into New Jersey, into PA, western PA. As we head into 3, 4 o'clock, it looks like the warm air takes over, and anything that fell as wintry precip, at least through Pennsylvania and in New Jersey, is gone. This is 7 o'clock tonight, and here comes the next front. So this frontal boundary working its way towards us, you can see the band of rain, which extends all the way from portions of Virginia further southward into the Gulf. That'll continue moving towards us 2 a.m. And then 11 o'clock, let me back this up for a second. So that's not the start of some of that precip for us. This particular model wants to bring it in, let's call it 6, 7 a.m. And then trying to, I think that's a little fast. You know, as we head in towards 9, 10 o'clock, you can see that band of rain trying to move towards us here. So I'm going to go back to Futurecast, and that's the graph model on the Futurecast. So as we head in towards tomorrow morning, you can see the graph has it further north. So no rain in the Bay Area at 8, 9 o'clock. We start to get some rain. It looks like in Tarpon Springs at about 9, into Indian Rocks Beach and Clearwater at about 9:30, 10 o'clock, coming across the bay, coming across Gandy Boulevard, up West Shore, up Dale Mabry, up towards Ray J and the airport at about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, and then moving along the I-4 corridor at about noontime, and then sliding east to Orlando and Disney World, and moving off towards the East Coast and into the Space Coast, a little bit towards 1 o'clock, 1:30. And then you can see by 3:30, we're still dealing with clouds. 4 o'clock, we're trying to thin things out, and it looks much, much better for us as we head in towards 5 o'clock and 5:30. But notice the wind is north at 14 at 5:30, and we're at 55 degrees, and then just going down from there. So as we head into Sunday night, into Monday morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, we're at 42. At 5 o'clock in the morning, we're at 40. So I do think we have the potential to dip into the upper 30s Monday morning. That's for Tampa. So if you're up in Crystal River and Brooksville, you're going to see that temperature drop a little bit more than that. So yeah, it's going to be cold Monday morning. Again, I don't think it's as harsh as it was Friday morning, yesterday morning, compared to what we're dealing with Monday morning, but it's still going to be cold. So it's something that we're still going to watch pretty closely. All right, that is going to conclude our time today. I thank you for joining me here on Weather Impact Live, the show where we get into the nitty-gritty, behind the scenes and behind the weeds and all that good stuff weather-wise. Thanks for joining me on Saturday. Have a great day. Get outside. Enjoy the sunshine before we don't have it tomorrow. See you next time.